Welcome back to Bull Sessions here on 680 KFEQ. Here's your hosts, Randy Baker and agronomist Brad Law.
Okay, here we are back. Thanks for tuning in. We're talking with Bryson Byergo from the Byergo Angus company. We're going to talk with him more and bring you up to date on phone numbers and if there's websites and all of that, because they do have awesome beef out there.
They do. And don't you have some housekeeping to do, Randy?
I do.
You have a lady and ag.
I got a bunch of them today.
You do?
This is a little different deal, but I really like this. So,
okay.
Jodi Davison.
I know her.
Of FCS Financial.
Down here
She's
in
our
St.
neighbor.
Joe.
You know her?
Yep, know Jodi well.
Bryson knows her.
Yeah.
See, I don't know Jodi.
Yeah, well,
Great lady.
We take money in there every month, so we kind of know her pretty well.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, you know, she's a humble person. I know this.
She's always great to see.
Well, and if she puts up with you, now I could see her putting up with Bryson, but if she puts up with you, but she seems to me like a very humble lady because she wanted to include, you know, the other ladies there where she works at FCS.
All right.
I'm going to read this. This
Okay.
is what she sent. She sent this.
All right.
Women have played an important role at FCS Financial since its beginning just over 100 years ago. In fact, Laura Ingalls Wilder, you know who she is, Bradley?
Yes.
You know who she is?
I do.
All right. Little House on the Prairie deal. She helped found National Farm Loan Association in Mansfield, Missouri in 1917. The National Farm Loan Association is a predecessor to FCS Financial.
I did not know that.
Uh-huh. Ingalls served as the association's secretary-treasurer for more than a decade, keeping the books and distributing hundreds of thousands of dollars in loan funds to local farmers.
Oh, and that's good for our
It is
farmers.
good. Today, FCS Financial employs about 140 women, making up nearly 60% of their staff. You'll find them in local offices around the state, serving as loan officers, appraisers, financial services specialists, customer service representatives, credit analysts, and crop insurance specialists. Like most of FCS Financial's employees, these women come from farm and rural backgrounds. They have a passion for the rural lifestyle, and through their work as FCS Financial, they hope to help rural communities and farmers succeed well into the next 100 years. So God bless Jodi Davison, Laura Ingalls Wilder, and all the ladies at FCS Financial.
Well, we like all those ladies that do things either at the front office when you come in the door or behind the scenes that make everything flow. And, you know, it takes a lot of people to make the farm
Sure
work.
it does. And we love our ladies in ag because they got a huge job.
Oh, huge.
It's just huge stuff. And if you want to lift up maybe your lady in ag or maybe somebody in a place of business that you frequent and say, you know, she always has my bill right and she's just awesome and everything, and you'd like for us to spotlight a lady in ag or a group of ladies like this at a business, give us a call at that 660-535-444. Email us, your lady, at bulletwillcross.net. And or you just stop by our office up at King City and talk to Randy and I, and we'll get her on the list to be our lady in ag, and we'll give her a little spotlight here.
We do. We want to highlight our ladies in ag. You got a lady in ag, Bryson?
Yes, I do.
Awesome. Awesome. Good deal.
Well, I think he's got a little farmhouse on the prairie and a big old steak.
You can't get the steaks off your mind.
You know, and you know what some people have with their steaks is a salad.
Yeah.
I skip the salad myself because I want to save the room for the steak.
Go right to the steak.
but
You cover
Randy-
it in ketchup and burn it.
No.
Ours isn't ketchup.
A little bit of pepper on it and call it good.
Okay.
But here's the deal, Randy. I was just asked if you caught your rabbit yet that was eating all your salad.
Not yet. Elmer Fudd from your stories earlier. Yeah. No, not yet. I eat a lot of steaks.
I've seen you eat more salad than steaks.
Well,
So what makes a good steak? A good Byergo Angus steak? If we were going to grill out and have some people over, why should we get our steaks from you versus the store in town?
He feeds them potato chips.
Yeah. No, there's a lot of things that go into making a good steak. First and foremost, it comes down to genetic background. Like you guys are doing a show on seed here, and it's genetics. I mean, it's what it all comes down to. So we want animals that can have more marbling in their steaks. We want animals that can have bigger ribeyes so we can have more steak. So I guess that aspect of it is one part of it. Another aspect is what you're feeding your animals. So where my animals are coming from. They're coming off the farm. They're never given growth hormones. They are.
That's awesome.
They get no antibiotics in their feed. So we run them out on grass areas. We do supplement them with corn to get the marbling the way we like. But you're talking about good animals, top quality animals, genetic background, and then B, we treat them right.
Well,
so our animals mean the most to us. I think that's one of the biggest misconceptions out there, and people that aren't in the agriculture world is that we don't love our animals, and that nothing could be further from the truth. So this is our livelihood, and my family's done it, like I said, since 1950. So this is generations of our livelihood, and these animals mean everything to us, and we love them, and we take great care of them.
Sure, you do.
So, well, and you mentioned running them on grass and feeding them a little corn, and I'm kind of a weed guy when it comes to controlling weeds in soybeans or corn, and you got to realize that soybeans are a broadleaf like tall water hemp is. Well, a lot of people talk about grass-fed beef. Well, corn is a grass plant, So isn't it grass-fed?
I think it's maybe a misconception. Sometimes.
There.
So sometimes people associate grass-fed with, it's an all-natural beef. And like I said, I think it's just a misconception. I think when people realize they're getting a natural beef that can still be fed corn and it tastes better. Yeah. I mean, so I think that aspect of it. So I think that's a big part of it. It's maybe a misconception.
Is it ground corn or shelled corn?
Yes, we do. Cracked corn. So.
Just cracked corn?
Just cracked corn is what
Any
we
specialty hays or anything like that, or just good quality grass hay?
Just good quality grass hay. I mean, we do have a few animals that we finish out exclusively on grass. We don't sell those through the beef shop. We sell those in half or whole beef, but
direct
sale. So that's kind of one of the things we offer. Also, we have the beef storefront that we sell the individual packages of beef, but then we also sell quarters, halves, and whole beefs also too. So we try to have about everything on the beef spectrum that a person could want to buy. So
there's more and more of that coming about. I've been watching this for quite some time.
Sure,
there's more people doing more direct sales. I mean, we've got like with our seed company, and like Brad was talking about that conventional soybean. That's a food grade bean, and we got several other varieties as well. But they can sell those to us, for a premium. They're kind of avoiding sometimes another hand in the pie, which puts more in their pocket. That's what we're all about.
Sure. And I think it's able to happen anymore because there's such a push, like you're saying, for consumers wanting off the farm or wanting to know exactly where their food comes from, how it's been treated, where it's at in the chain.
Absolutely, they do.
I think there's a growing trend in that area, and that's one reason we started the beef store.
And it will do well, I'm sure, because, like you said, that is and I won't spend a lot of time on it. I've been doing a study here for the last several weeks. What are you laughing at? Do you don't think I can study?
In the essence of time, move on.
I'll move on. What's coming? Who's going to be the next buyer coming up? It's millennials. And this is what they're wanting. I mean, the studying I've done, it's they're wanting more stuff, vegetables, beef, pork, chicken, all this stuff off the farm.
I think most certainly. We've seen... There's been a pretty big demand so far, in the short time period that we've been open on the farm here. It's been pretty exciting to have the people come by and then to hear stories and to tell our story too. That's been one of the most rewarding part of it, is to tell people our history and to get word out there. I love the opportunities like you talked about earlier, us being at the Civic Arena this year, but how many people we get to talk to and tell our story people are interested in it. People want to hear the farm story. They want to hear your history. They want to hear about your animals. They want to know what goes into it.
Sure they do.
Well, and your location is perfect because you can hop on 71 easy from St. Joe or from Maryville, and you can, drive down a little bit. You're there. And, if you wanted butcher beef, but you can't take a whole cow at once or a whole steer or heifer at once, you could buy just what you needed for make the trip, buy what you needed for your cookout or whatnot, and get that quality that you're not going to find at the box store.
Sure, and we are very fortunate with our location because we are just a 20-minute drive up 29 and 71 highway from people from St. Joe, or just a 20 minutes south of Maryville. So we're very fortunate in that aspect. But you're right, Brad. That's kind of one reason that we started the beef store, was because we started so many people started asking us, hey, I don't need a half beef or a whole beef. I want 10 pounds of hamburger, or I want 6 ribeye steaks tonight to cook out. So we went with the idea. We opened up the beef store there, and it's been fun so far.
Good. And the quantity, used to, you have to buy a half or a whole pretty much.
If you wanted off the farm, you had to buy a half or a whole beef. Yeah. And now you can have off the farm, high quality beef, by the package.
Yeah, that's awesome. So. And like we say, the demand's there.
Yeah.
It's, Brad, that's why he's jumping out there. He's a sweet corn czar now and popcorn man.
Yes, homegrown stuff. But Randy, you are going to have to start winding this thing down because you've got some commercials to pay some of these bills.
Well, I was enjoying this conversation. So, okay, that's all good. We're coming right back with more from Bryson Byergo. Focus on the farmers. Stay with us. Bull Session 680 KFEQ.